He's going for it. He's doing it. G4,
you
H4.
already had foreseen all this, James, that he was gonna go for the attack on the king side in front of his own king, but he doesn't care. He literally doesn't care.
He got the queen. He literally doesn't care. Literally does not care, chat.
E3, King E2, no bomb clouds, you guys. I'm also black in the game, so I can't.
And about Sam's confidence, I always, whenever I see him, I think of that video where he's playing against Greg Shahade and Sam is like 12 years old. But that's just such a great video on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. Brilliant.
Yeah, and here actually Sam with a C4, Knight f3, G3 setup. English, of course, and this is a standard theory here. As you see, I like to see this is sort of like a delayed C3 Sicilian, but in reverse in a way. For many cases, especially an accelerated dragon player myself, this is what it looks like. This is a nice line. Knight b3 is the move here. I used to play this actually with white. It's pretty nice. You can play Knight b3 and a5. You go, I think, d4. There's some new theory here.
He plays Knight b3 logical. I think a5 is still correct.
He's trying to recall.
Yeah, it's a5. Yeah, a5. And if Knight c3, obviously, so you play d3. That's the move. D3. And if a4, Knight d2, and pawn takes, and you castle. This is a very strong line. And you can play this from the black side too as well.
Pawn.
Yeah, for initiative, right? For queen e2, Knight c3, and I don't remember the theory afterwards, but castling is a very strong move here. He could just take on d3, and there it is. He castles, right? So we castle. He goes for it. Absolutely. He's going for a very sharp line here in the Botvinnik English type of
I thought
setup.
we were going to have a solid English setup, but didn't know this is nothing but solid. Sacrificing a pawn straight out of the opening, going for Hikaru's throat.
Let's go for it. Absolutely. Right. Pawn takes, queen takes, e2. Oh my goodness. Right. And if you block with bishop e7, rook e1, I mean, pressure on the e-file. This is beautiful here. This is beautiful. I'm a fan of this from the white side. So for Hikaru going for this in the English here, I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm gonna be honest, from the black side, but we will see. Hikaru is just a monster. We already know that.
I'm slightly surprised too, James, that he went for this line with the black pieces. And now, if you're already in here, is there anything other than taking the pawn? If he doesn't take it, he'll not have any material up.
Yeah,
but he has to hurry up with the development.
You're right, he does. In fact, he had a game like this in the Dutch yesterday that we was like, don't try this at home, chat, right? Because he played the Dutch and it was like he moved 8 or 9, right, like it is right now. And Black literally had no pieces developed at all. And it was just, I think he still ended up drawing the game. No, that was the Grishik game. He won that game somehow later on because he's just Hikaru. But everything was on the back rank for a very good amount of time. And it was like, how do you play chess like this, right? You can't do that unless you are Hikaru. So we can't see.
I really wonder what will he do, because it just, even if it's not like, oh, white is winning out of the opening, that doesn't really exist anymore. That you can win out of the opening unless you have some kind of a opening trap that your opponent fell into. But it's so much easier to play this kind of position from white's perspective, it feels like.
I mean, look at him thinking. In the tank. Nakamura in the tank right now. He thinking. Wow. He thinking.
And what are the moves that he is thinking about?
I don't know. I remember this from White's point of view. I was like, oh, White, this is cool. Oh, I get an initiative. This should be fun to play. I remember saying that when I looked at this from White's point of view.
Yeah.
For Black, I don't even know what to do. Maybe.
I don't remember which move it is, because I know there are 2 moves. I think this is the correct move, and I think I just castle.
I mean, hey, a move. It's a move, right? He's trying to castle, obviously.
Yeah. He definitely needs to hurry up with development, and the king side is the one that he's closest to in terms of developing his bishop and castling, as you mentioned. But it just doesn't feel right.
Get your king out the center, big fella. Get your king out the center. So, I mean, maybe just take on d3, because you don't really have much. Yes, this looks cool, but I mean, our pieces aren't even past the second rank. So we do need to develop still. And I guess pawn takes d3 makes, honestly, the most sense. I'm curious, what does the engine say? a3, bishop e7, and then take on d3, then play knight c3. Where do my pieces go? Put a bishop on f3. Interesting. Weird.
Sam just takes on
Yeah, he just
d3.
takes. Yeah.
Yeah, also logical, of course, to
Tricky one.
get the pawn back ready to give a check, so Hikaru castles immediately.
Yeah, and the castles, and now of course engine was like a3, which makes sense. I mean, you don't like you have to get the pieces out, so a3 makes sense. There it is, and the bishop. If you take, I get the bishop here for free.
I don't believe that's the correct move actually, but I'm gonna take and play d5. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Bishop c5 is also a move too. Play d5, of course, to open it up. Now I have bishop g4 as well. See what he does here. I think I should be doing quite well though overall.
G5 is coming. Scary stuff. So, okay, d5 on the board. He needs to develop. The question is, what do we do on knight to c3? I mean, this is a development move. It hits the d5 pawn and a4.
Yeah,
Pawn
what
takes,
can he do?
Probably just take immediately. So maybe we should take first, but then knight takes. Then knight c3. I like this position for the right. Takes
Yeah,
knight
it is
c3.
still quite unpleasant for black. The pair of bishops for Sam, and also how do you develop quickly your queen side? Hikaru's pieces are still waiting there.
Right. Knight a6, maybe, and knight to c5 to b3. And this bishop maybe wants to sit on f5. So I like the clarity here, but if we do take, we are going to allow knight c6 at some point. But if we play knight to c3, takes, and bishop e6 makes this pawn seem very weak. So we have to do something about it. Maybe even c5, strange move. The pawn takes his bishop b4, and if queen takes, we do go with our bishop c3. He goes knight c3, natural.
So that was your original suggestion, and here we analyze the pawn capture.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like he can capture. Black gets some counterplay and he gets his pieces developed, which is what he needs. Bishop e6, and it hits the pawn. And if you take mine, I go queen b5. I can even take first. Now, queen b5 answers with knight c3. Interesting. This game is very complex so far.
It is. I didn't expect it to be this sharp already out of the opening.
Very complex. But I mean, from what it looked like, I mean, black is, I think, much better. From where he was, I still would take white though.
Yeah, it feels like after bishop b4 there was something even more precise for Sam, because Hikaru is out of the most dangerous situation for sure.
Bishop g4 does look right. It's either bishop g4 or dc4, but dc4 looks wrong. Bishop f5, actually, bishop f5, knight a4, queen a7, b3, bishop d3, bishop e3, d4, queen d3. That's just bad. So bishop f5 is wrong. So I mean, this has to be correct. Either dc4 or bishop g4. It's one of the two moves. Just a question of which one. My assumption is that this is the correct move. Just my assumption. And then queen c2 I'm going to take and go queen a6 and knight bd7. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit worse, but because he has the two bishops, but I think it should be very playable. At least on first glance, it doesn't look like I'm in danger, but I could be wrong on that too.
Get this pawn. I don't understand how you would get that yet. It's going to take a while. The question is, where do we put the queen?
Yeah. I guess that all explains why Sam is thinking now, because queen c2 is the most logical square, but I think you're right, James, that after queen b3 it's no longer that simple for white. Queen b3 without bishop g4 wasn't going to be a big deal because your queen is guarded on d1, but once it's on c2, black is gaining a tempo with queen b3.
Oh, I also have queen d4 maybe. I might have this and queen d4. Queen c2, d4, d4,
and bishop f3. I don't really like this. I really want to keep my bishop. And then you also have queen b2. Are you really going to go for that?
Knight a4 takes.
See what the chat says. What's going on? Hey, hello, Pino.
Messy, not clear cut.
You can really spill the spaghetti on this one, Slippery saying.
The
spaghetti everywhere.
I play queen c2. Every other move just doesn't make sense to me.
Logical, yeah. Not gonna lie, black a lot, of course.
I mean, bishop f3 is insane. Queen C1's insane. Actually, I think this is a situation where Sevian's mismanaging his time a little bit because he had a 2-minute edge and he's wasting his time on what, I mean, at least to me, I perceive Queen C2 to be the only move. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think Queen C2 is literally the only move that White has here. So Sevian shouldn't be using all this time because now he's wasting this time and he now burned his whole time advantage. Yeah, very poor time usage. See, he burned too much time, and now the game goes on. But the game goes on, but now he's down on the clock, and he wasted 2 minutes on what I mean. After the game, I'll look, but I think Queen C2 is the only reasonable move for White there. I mean, maybe it's like he's trying to see if there's some way to prove an advantage, but I didn't see it, and so I don't know what really can exist. Okay, takes. I go Queen A6, target the pawn, guard the pawn, knight E4, knight D7, and he should have 7 minutes here in this position after knight E4, knight D7, instead of having 450 and having to work out what's going on. I mean, I think knight E4 is kind of the only move here. Could be crazy. Yeah, it goes knight E4, so now I go knight D7. And now the problem is, yeah, he has to waste all this time trying to figure out where the advantage is, and I don't think there's an advantage for White. I guess I should pre-move knight F6. It's a safe pre-move. He plays rook E1, very logical. No, I can play knight E4, knight F6. That's one way. Rook E8's a move. It's a tough spot actually to figure out what the move is. And now I'm gonna have to use some time here to work this through. Bishop E6 is a pretty obvious move. Then knight D6, knight E8. Don't love it. I don't love knight E4. I mean, I actually don't really like a lot of stuff here. D3, C5. 3H6. I mean, that should be balanced enough. I don't really like knight E4, but I think it's probably the right move. And I think it probably, I really don't like this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm playing knight F6. Kick the bishop back. Probably I go C5 and queen C6. I mean, there are some light square issues too, but we'll see what he does here. Yeah, he does that. I'll go C5. Lock the weakness. Now I have access. Yeah, I expected that. I think I just play H6. Because now I'm going to go rook D8. I still have bishop E6 somewhere. I should be okay. I don't know. I don't think I'm better here, but I shouldn't really be worse either. Because now like rook E5, G5 is no longer a threat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do your move. The rook E5 is a tempo, and we were able to double and get the last piece into the game. Not really doing much, but it is just playing solid, good chess. My pieces own the E file. Maybe yours can own the D. He plays rook E3, same idea, but this was with tempo at least.
So he doesn't want the tempo. Maybe he didn't want to block the diagonal of the bishop.
Beautiful, you're right. And oh no, F3 maybe he is on the double. White's preferred choice, obviously. Queen C6.
What a weird situation where the fianchetto bishop of White is already on D3.
Right, I forgot he did, but the bishop was on G2. I kind of forgot that.
Yeah, it feels like it was never there because now Black is aiming to get those light squares around the White king.
Bishop F5, I like, but I like the double first. F3, all right. First off, fine gold is tripping. Don't play F3 or F6, right? This is crazy.
Don't touch the F pawn.
That might be a very good move. I didn't actually consider that. Yeah, that was a mistake by me. I shouldn't have allowed this. I'm still fine, but yeah, it's not ideal. That's for sure. Yeah, rook E1, and now I assume I play rook F8. I don't know which rook is right, so I'm just going to go rook F8. I'm going to offer him a draw here. But I don't really think I'm better. I don't think I'm worse either, though. Like, trade rook E8. Okay, he goes queen F2. I expected that. Now he has the bishop pair, which could be a slight annoyance, but again, is it really anything to be afraid of? I don't think so. Yeah, I just play like rook e8. As long as nothing's hanging here, that's all I have to make sure, and I don't think it is. I can also go b6. I can also play rook d8. Rook d8 looks like a good move here. Maybe not. I think b6 is safe. If he takes, I just take.
P8, I think he went. There it is. G4. He's going for it. He's doing
it.
G4,
you
H4.
already had foreseen all this, James, that he was gonna go for the attack on the king side in front of his own king, but he doesn't care.
Yeah,
he literally doesn't care.
He got the queen. He literally doesn't care. Literally does not care, chat. H4 and then G5, and we're going for it. G5 and we live. I knew this was coming, but now he has the dark square weaknesses that I highlighted before. This is why the queen is actually good over here. Maybe you just tuck and roll with King G2. King G2. That's like tuck and roll here. Like
that. Yeah, the king taking over of the protection of some of those squares.
It's hanging now. This is hanging. This is hanging. Bishop C2 moves out of the way. Yeah, so again, like we talked about before, this looks cool. Oh yeah, this was cool, but I mean, with the rooks gone, it's not as scary anymore. And I need to go King G2 and move the queen.
The white bishops are great at controlling all the important squares on the d5. So you see the black queen there on d6 ready to enter white's camp, but there's nowhere to go. The bishops are not letting it happen.
That's right. These bishops. And King G2. Ooh, King G2, Queen F4. Threatening queen takes G4. What a move. That was very strong. Very strong bishop move. Remember that F3 move, right? Like
yes.
F3, don't move your F pawn, don't play F6, and then you highlight the fact that later on, it's a problem.
So if not King G2, let's see what else can he come up with. Moving the queen away from F2 at some point to make it to the E file would be nice, but then there's always Queen G3. That's why we wanted the king to be on G2, so that would have to worry about the black queen.
Absolutely. But, oh man, this is ugly. Like, I don't like this anymore, right? I mean, you have this. Maybe we have to go Queen G3 and trade, but is there a Queen C1 there? You might be just losing after that. Or maybe just repeat Queen F2 back and forth.
Yeah.
Queen E3, there's a check. Yeah, Sam, I understand. I mean, it looked great, but when the rooks came off, it was it's not the greatest anymore. Because I have to make a concession, like Bishop E4 or something, which just does not feel right. Queen F4 is coming. How do I stop it? Wow.
Queen H2. Wow. Okay, that's actually Queen H2 is maybe a good move because he's got Bishop D3 and Bishop E5 to try and make the draw. But is it a draw or not actually? Wait a second. Oh, I can also take F3. I can also play Queen E6. Wait, this is where I need to use some time because I feel like I should be better here. Knight D6 there. Yeah. F5. I can't lose that, but is there something better than trading? F3 A4 takes knight D6. G3 bishop E2. That's let's think. Okay. No, I don't think I have anything better than this. I think I have to go for this. Oh wait, no, sorry. Do I? Yeah, sorry. Trade, and then I take. Wait, so if I take F3. Oh, did I just miscount the? I just miscounted the pawns here or something. I do have knight. Oh no, knight D6 was winding out. Knight D6 is where I spent all that time calculating, and then I don't do it. Okay, let's go here, hit the pawn, and then I take F3. I don't take right away. What's wrong with me? He plays King G3, which is fine, but I mean, it's still probably a draw though. He goes bishop e5, I go knight e8. I mean, I have f6. Trash. I can't lose at least. So worst case, this is a draw. I guess I pre-move this in case he plays it. I don't think he will, but he might. He has a choice between g5 or h5 here. Let's pre-move it. Oh, he plays h5, which I think is a mistake, by the way. Let's go here. Because now I have f6, king e7, knight c7. Yeah, I think h5 is a mistake. Because he can't do anything on the queen side, right? Oh, did he have bishop b8 there that he missed? He might have had bishop b8. Okay, so let's go here. I can still play f6 somewhere. Oh, he had bishop b8 that I think he just missed. Although, again, I mean, this still is not anything to write home about, so I'll play f6, I guess. Knight d6 seems like a good move. I mean, this is very hard to play for white now. I think bishop b8, a7, we both didn't see it. I think that was actually just drawing immediately. We both missed it. Because f5, now I have knight f7 also. And now he's got a weakness on h5. I mean, tough position to play, but I think I have chances to win this. Okay, I can play bishop e8. What about bishop e4? This looks like a logical move. Bishop e8 also looks logical. Okay, let's just go here. Here. It's a good move. Oh, because now he has bishop f3 back. That's kind of annoying. Let's go here. Probably only going to be a draw. I mean, I just misplayed this. Here. Yeah, this is just going to be a draw. I completely misplayed this. I think. Although wait, I have this maybe?
Yeah,
weird like that.
It feels like it should still be equal, but it is now harder from Sam's perspective. I feel like he's somewhat lower on time, and this knight is a tricky monster.
Just like we saw in that last game.
Yes.
You forked me, and you see how cool, I mean, like, that clip was amazing. Hans was so like, I forked, oh, I got forked, and it kept moving and then forked him back.
I know.
It was, I mean, never seen anything like it. Like, really, that was crazy. That was absolutely nuts. Oh, do we have a draw? Do we have a draw by Reppy?
Could be, because Hikaru has to continue with king e7, and now will he play bishop g4, or will he go back to e6 and accept the draw?
Draw by rep. Do we rep it out, or do we do something else? You have check. Oh wait, can't move king. I mean, bishop takes h5.
Don't blunder your king.
All right, you know, just like Sam Sevian played king c2 right in the Olympiad over the board, stepped into check. That hurts.
Oh my.
Here, right. The time is very low. F5. Hold up. No, but you can't do anything. I have a box around this pawn. Uh-oh. Hikaru down to seconds here. We have the queen side majority. Should be draw.
He didn't want the draw. He wants to keep trying in case he can break through.
He is. Time's getting lower, though. Draw definitely diminishes more as the time gets lower. So if I go gobble these, what happens? Maybe.
Looks scary.
I mean, right. Hold on, big fella. Can I gobble this? Maybe F6? No. Repeat. Gain some time, maybe. Maybe gain some time. Repeat once.
Nah, it's too risky. It's just too risky. I just forced the draw. It's just way too risky here. I'm getting low, and there's gonna be some tactic here. I mean, it's just, yeah. It's getting too tricky. I was probably winning some. No, maybe here it's bishop e. Yeah, it's better, but it's not. Probably with perfect play, it's just a draw. Even here, if it's only 0.9, probably with perfect play, it's a draw. So let's move on. Next game. He defended well. I mean, I had chances, but he defended well. All right, let's see. The blitz game. Let's just be solid. Maybe I'll just take it to bullet right away. If he plays. Okay, he's gonna play a6. Oh right, he's gonna play the yeah, he's gonna play this one. He's gonna play the open, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna play one of the more
C3s usually, knight b2 and c3 after knight c5. C3, there it is. And then I don't remember what to do. I think it's rook e1, bishop c2, a4. You do stuff like this. It's all the same. All the same. Like, it's literally always the same.
At least it's not the Berlin. We are happy to see pieces on the board.
Yeah, I probably would have went to sleep. Absolutely. If you see a Berlin, we're going to take a nap and come back. F5.
So f5 is usually the key move to guard the knight. Now the knight jumps back to b3 since f5 was provoked.
And knight to d4. Very good game here. Of course, people love the Roy because it says that they guarantees white a slight advantage, which is something that you like to have, is the slight advantage at least. Good positioning, but black's just fine as well. Pieces developed, rooks connected. No problems.
Rook to e1, and Sam is, I guess he's still just trying to recall his own preparation. I don't know if he prepared it for today, specifically for today too, or in general. Obviously, this is part of his repertoire, and he's trying to remember the line.
Absolutely. I mean, even as somebody with Hikaru too, you don't even know what he's going to play sometimes, but you know he does play this move. Right, with b3, he's going to play the Larson, e4. What is he going to do, right?
I know.
So, it's kind of hard to even prep for that. You just got to be ready with all of your files, usually. And here, the time is getting very low for Sam here. That is not a good sign, as this is a 3-minute game, 2-second game.
Yeah, much lower time control in comparison to the previous rapid game, of course.
Yeah, it's just it's difficult when Hikaru's up on time. It's almost like an extra piece. Now he's making it a little bit better. It feels better if I'm Sam. Okay, cool. Now it's only a few seconds here now.
Wait, he plays 94 and the bar drops, saying that the pawn is free and will be taken.
And he did it, f3 and c5. So if I move the knights to f5, I don't know. I mean, engine gives some stuff, but I like knight f5 immediately. What do you do after knight f5? This is beautiful. Maybe you take on c3. I take on e7. I win a piece. What's wrong? Knight f5.
This is an absolute mess. So Hikaru sacrificed the pawn because of this e-file attack. The rook is basically picking up all of those pieces. Knight takes f5 is on the board indeed. That's
a big boy move. How is this not even better for white? This feels great. Feels great. I mean, we're about to open up shop here. I mean, so many tactics. Your e-knight looks gross.
I'm still puzzled why the engine did not like this.
Actually, I'm very curious to know as well. The move is f3, and to get this move, bishop h5.
Oh, just to pin the pawn, and the queen cannot get out of the pin. Oh my gosh, that was the key.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
Wow. This was missed both by Hikaru and by Sam. So the current position is a lot better in comparison to what it could have been for Hikaru. Still a mess though, and still about equal, or maybe still better for Sam, but I just have no idea. I think we have a few more moves that were played here. James, I don't know if we can update our board.
Knight
takes f5.
Correct. This is it. Queen f6 and then bishop
e3.
e3.
To f6 and bishop e3. So the bar is still claiming that this is better for black, even if it wasn't the top moves of the engine.
Yeah, that was crazy. Bishop h5 was a sweet move, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bishop e3 on the board here.
So now let's take a look. Everything is still very, very up in the air. The pawn on c5, the pawn on d5. What do you do?
If I take... Yeah, this is hard actually to realize. I actually don't know. Rook d8 maybe. Maybe
Rook d8 feels natural,
yes. Yeah. Rook d8 I like.
There's rook a d8, logical. I mean, ed5 is a move. I don't really want to play it, but maybe it's not so bad. I want to go bishop c5, queen e2, d4 takes, knight d4. That looks fine. Queen h5 there. Queen h3, 5 knight f5. Rook f1 is also logical. Gotta make sure it takes. I think this is okay. D4 takes. Bishop C4. I have Queen H5.
Duke 2015 just took $5 out of Bezos's pocket.
6 Queen H3, and it should be okay.
Nakamura flower.
D5 Knight. Rook A D1 at the worst. There's that, so I take. I can take and play. Wait, if I take? Oh, he's got Rook D4. Wait, shoot, he's got Rook D4, which I completely missed. I also have Bishop B3 on Bishop C4. I can take. I can also go Queen H5 here. I mean, it's still very, very sharp. C4, Knight C4, Rook F1. Queen B6.
For Sam. Only a 2-second increment. Takes. Rook F1 first. Ooh, this dark squares are going to be very weak, bro. I don't know. Sam in the think tank. You got to think. Maybe Queen. I can't get it anywhere. He get it. Queen B6 anyway. Oh, he did it anyway. I thought he wasn't going to play that. Rook takes F8. We need to move. Bishop F2.
He has to hurry up. It's 7 seconds on the clock. He takes
the
bishop. He wants
am
to
I
do the
losing?
bishop to
I'm not.
C5.
But like, this is losing. I don't know what it was. I don't know how. I got to go back and see this. Oh, okay. He missed it too. He missed the killer shot. What was it? What was killing here?
Both missed it, and it's only 7 seconds left for Sam, so he missed the crucial line.
Yeah, the crucial line actually was something stupid. It said H6 there, actually.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We can take a look at it after the game, because this is still in the heat of the time pressure. Anyone's game. This could be any of the 3 possible results.
With 17 seconds for Hikaru, he's up time a little bit. Looks like Black's trying to consolidate, but we have a very strong knight on D5, knight C3 with the idea of playing E5. E5 now is going to be hit with Rook E8. Maybe not, though. Actually, it is defended. So Bishop E7 stepping out of the way. And maybe bring the knight back. There it is. Knight F4 for the score. Knight F4 is coming. Bishop G5 stops it. H4 will hit that bishop. He does it. Bishop D2, Rook E2. There it is. Bishop D2, Rook E2. Where you going, big fella? Find him. Rook D1 even better because Bishop C1.
And
now
the tables
what?
are turning.
How do we do this? Rook takes. Do you sack it? Oh, King G1. Oh my goodness. Move the King to G1.
And Black cannot hold everything protected.
That's it. That's a cute little maneuver he had there. Okay, that's cute. King H1, step out the way. And E7.
There we go. We got the win. Good job. Very, very messy game. Very, very choppy. Oh, he played the... Oh my god. Bishop C4 and Queen... Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Bishop C4 is actually winning because the queen has... Oh, wow. What a tactic. I hate computers sometimes. Oh my gosh. I hate computers. That's ridiculous. And it's still fine for Black, but it's tricky. I go here. Apparently Black's much better after H6, but don't ask me why. Wow, what a game. A win is a win, you guys. We got the win. Yeah, that was very tense. Very tense.